In a quarter mile, merge onto I-285 South.
Come on, Cutest!
And welcome back to Crafting with Cutest if you're back. So I'm continuing with the Christmas DIYs, and this DIY is going to be in collaboration with Marie's DIYs. We've collaborated in the past, but we're going to be running it back for some cute Christmas decor from the Dollar Tree. This is going to be part of her series that she's doing for 12 Days of Christmas, where she has a different person that she's partnering up with for each day of the DIY for the Christmas 12 Days of Christmas DIY. So I'm actually going to be participating with her on her 12th day of Christmas, and I'm going to be using, and she's going to be using some Dollar Tree materials to create some Christmas decor. So I'm going to link her channel in the description box below. Make sure you check it out, as well as subscribe to her channel. And if you want to see what I crafted up, then let's go ahead and let's get right started. So for the first DIY that I started, I used the sign from the Dollar Tree, as well as some materials that I've used in the previous project and some materials I already had. So I began this project by using an X-Acto knife to detach the Mary and the bright part of the sign. And so I used part of it using the X-Acto knife, and then I used some scissors to get the rest of it detached. And after I got the pieces detached like I wanted to, then I started to paint the words each a different color. And I follow the same painting process for the other sign. And so here I'm just using some leftover wood that I used in a previous project where I did a wood bench. And I'm basically just using the words to stack on top of the wood, and I'm going to use a pencil to kind of just notate some places where I'm going to put a wooden dowel on the back of it so it can have some extra added support. And then I cut some wood dowels to glue into the wood base to hide behind the longer parts of the letters of the word so that it can have some more support. Then I added some Dollar Tree hooks that I spray painted gold for the stockings. For the next project, I used the sign that I painted, as well as this cardboard type of wood box that I got from the Dollar Tree that I used part of the piece that was already on it before for another project, but I'm basically just using this to add to some of the decor that's going to be complementing some of the other pieces. And so I took off the backing so that it could lay flat, and then I'm using a drill to drill in the center of the hole so I can put the skewer through it so that the sign can actually kind of have some height to it. So for the next piece, I mainly used some wooden blocks from the dollar store to create a cute little wood modern tree that I'm going to basically attach to a skewer and another piece of scrap wood to add to the decor as well. And I just basically played with the shape that I wanted to use with the blocks that I had, and then I glued everything together. And then I follow the same process for the other sign to give it a little bit of height. So the next piece of the decor was super easy, and it only involved using some yarn and some styrofoam cones. So I'm basically just starting at the top of the styrofoam cone, and I'm just using some yarn to start wrapping around like a swirl in a circle, and then I'm just going to wrap my way down the cone to cover all of the styrofoam, so you can't see any white. It's just completely covered with red yarn. So for the next project, I basically just decorated some of the stockings from the Dollar Tree, and I used some pom-poms that I already had, and then I also used some of the Christmas color pom-poms from the Dollar Tree as well. And here I am just randomly adding different size pom-poms and mixing different colors in different areas to the stocking. And I did the same thing for the other stocking. For the last part of the decor that I did, I decided to do a dusted garland, where I basically took all of these materials and went outside and I flash spray painted them with white spray paint that I've used in previous projects that I basically had left over to give it a flock look using the spray paint. And it's kind of hard to see it in this clip, but before I took the garland outside to spray paint it white, I basically just stretched it all out, and it was so long that I had to basically fold it in half, and then I two-strand twisted the garland basically to make it a little bit more thicker and also to kind of shorten it a little bit. After I made the garland some more of a manageable length for what I was trying to do, then I added some of the loose branches and just twisted them in, because they're basically made of wire, and just twisted them in there to make them a little bit more thicker so that the garland could be even more full. And then I took it to the floor after I spray painted it and the spray paint dried for the reef and the accessories. And I used some wire that I already had to add the bulbs to the reef as well as the different floral arrangements. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed these DIYs, and don't forget to check out these other DIYs on a budget.